So as requested, I'm going to be filming my fitness journey today, and how I got to where I am right now and all the challenges that I faced. And I expressed how I was going about reducing my calories and the steps that I'm taking into this little mini cut that I'm doing in preparation for my holidays that are coming up. Like I said, I want to start this lean bulk just so that I can feel stronger, I can push more in the gym, challenge myself just a bit more and just feel a bit better, because I've just reached a point where I don't think that cutting is going to do me any more benefit than it has already. So as I'm talking about muscle here, I just want to address the fact that you can't actually build muscle when aiming to lose weight or being in a calorie deficit, and that's because muscle building works at its finest when you're in a calorie surplus and you're going that way about it. But if you want me to make a video on how to build muscle and gain weight, then I'm happy to do that. Just let me know in the comment section down below.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's highly requested video, I'm going to share my weight gain journey. Imagine underfueling your body so much so your body stops functioning properly, all for the sake of looking a certain way. Imagine as a child loving food and that all be taken away because of the thoughts that you couldn't control in that moment of time. We all have bad body image days, but I can tell you now that 2020 was a complete turning point for me. I've never felt more confident, happy and content. Food brings me joy. It's fun, it's an experience, it's life. Hopefully I'll be able to share my story in aid of helping someone else see that too.
So this is me at the start of 2020 and this is me at the start of 2021. Over the past couple of years, I have really learnt a lot along my way, but 2020 in particular, I have learnt the most and sort of accepted myself. So I just want to sit down here with you guys today and just talk about how I'm currently feeling and how I'm moving on and going forward with my weight gain journey. A lot of you guys have reached out to me on Instagram and YouTube just to mention how I've noticeably gained weight, and initially when the comments started to come in, it did really affect me because I've been so conscious about my body my whole life. Since I was 15, I started my health and fitness journey, and I don't recommend anyone that young to start a journey like I did. It's just too young, you need to live your life sort of thing. But I am now 23, so I've learnt so much things along my way, and I really just want to put out there some information that I've learnt. So anything that I do mention within this video is not wrong or right. I know there's going to be someone disliking this video for something that I've said, but honestly, I'm only giving my experience and that's all I can give. So hopefully that experience I'm going to give is going to help one or more people today. So just to give you a little brief outline of my fitness journey as a whole, When I was 15, I started to want to lose weight because I wanted to look good, I wanted to feel more healthier, and I wasn't the healthiest of human beings back then. I was eating a lot of, let's say, junk food, which if you know me, I don't really address food as good or bad, but honestly, back then I was just going wild with food, and rightly so, because I was only just a child. But in my mindset, that's what I thought, so I wanted to start this health and fitness journey, which has led me all the way up until today. But at the start, the information that was out there on social media, because social media is such a big thing nowadays to find advice and seek advice from, it was just completely the wrong sort of advice. It wasn't like how it is today and how so many girls are influencing and being such role models. It was more like diet culture sort of thing, and I know that diet culture still exists today, and it's a bit of a shame because we've all grown up and developed our minds, I believe. Anyways, I know the people that I follow on Instagram and interact with, we've all sort of grown up from this stage of not thinking that calories are bad for you and stuff, but back then it was such a thing and it made me fear food. So that's when I started to develop my eating disorder, and that eating disorder stemmed into a series of problems for me. I lost my period for so long, about 5 years I lost it. I used to go to the dietitian. I was treated under the dietitian as well. I was seen by a consultant, a gynecologist as well. It led to all these problems. I was being weighed by consultants as well, and I remember this one time that my mum took me to a clinic, and this was very serious, and that's when I sort of knew that I had a problem, but didn't really think much of it because I was just a child. I used to put stones in my jackets and clothing just so that I could weigh heavier, and so that the consultant would say to my mum, she's fine. The consultant obviously didn't know I was doing that, but my mum did. We couldn't really argue in front of the consultant, so I knew that I was winning, and it was just, thinking back to that, it's really sad. So that was me at the start of my fitness journey, and it was completely going downhill from there. Then it started to pick back up when I went to uni because of just like socializing and stuff, and I think a bit of peer pressure. I gained weight and a lot of people influenced me to just, you know, relax sort of thing, and I think I adopted that style. So I did start to relax, and I was still going to the gym at this stage and things like that, but then I started to get into calorie counting and macro tracking, because back then I wasn't tracking my calories, I was just not eating anything. So tracking calories and macros became of some benefit to me, and it was really useful because I learned what nutrients and micronutrients and macronutrients were, and made more developed knowledge on nutrition. So it is a really useful tool for those that don't know much about nutrition and what goes into your body and things. So as I was doing that, I think I became addicted, and I was one of those that were tracking my calories to the gram, and if it wasn't reaching that certain gram, I was just really annoyed at myself, and I had to reach a certain goal each time. But also back then I just wasn't eating enough. So even though I was calorie counting and thinking that I was doing the right thing, following everybody else's advice, I wasn't eating enough to fuel my body. Then there was a stage where I completely dropped it because I got a bit fed up with it, and then I came across my boyfriend, who we met at the gym. And if you want to know how we actually met and how things panned out, I'll leave a little Q&A box up there that shared our journey together. But he was just like a wisdom of knowledge for me, a bucket full of knowledge, and he kind of gave me information in how to actually build muscle and gain weight and physically see results, you know, things like that. And I was listening. I was doing everything he was saying. I was going to the gym, I was doing my training, resistance training, and eating to fuel my body. But then it reached a stage in my life where I wanted abs, and this was a big moment for me, like a big turning point in my life, because I was so driven, my goals were so driven on just getting abs. That's all that I wanted. And I think from that stage when I was in uni all the way up until 2020, the only thing I desired was abs, because it made me feel great. It made me look better. The comments that I was receiving were making me want them even more and continue to have them. But I can tell you now that having abs is nothing. Honestly, guys, it doesn't mean anything. So for me, when I reached this stage where all I wanted was abs, I was slowly getting there month by month, like year by year, and 2020 and 2019 were probably my peak moments where I like officially got abs, and I'll share some photos as well. I can't lie, I looked shredded, I looked lean, I looked great, the abs were amazing, but my health was deteriorating rapidly. Like, it was honestly decreasing by miles. Like, to have abs, you've got to be at such a low body fat percentage, and as women, we need fat. We need fat to sustain a healthy lifestyle, especially in our stomach region. If we don't have fat on our body, our hormones become imbalanced, our periods stop working, and ultimately we are unhealthy human beings. Those girls that you see with abs, and they've got like big thighs and stuff like that, and that sort of like slim, thick look, and they've got like really shredded abs to the core, they're just genetically gifted. And I think that's where we get like stuck in the middle sometimes, comparing ourselves to girls whose genetics are really great, and you're never going to be like those girls. It's really sad, I know. I wish, well, no, I don't wish I can change myself. I'm happy with who I am. And I hope you are as well. Like, you shouldn't wish to look like somebody else. I know it's really sad that they are genetically gifted in that way. In conjunction with their training, supposedly they're probably working out really hard as well and eating well. We're just never going to reach that stage, and I hope that makes sense, sort of thing. But just going back to abs also, I worked so hard to get those, so I show appreciation to those people that actually maintain it throughout the years and things and are healthy, because to have abs all year round, for me personally, was not healthy. I was not a healthy human being. I'm going to keep saying that. I was not healthy, because I want to convince myself that 2021 is going to be the year where I thrive and I look good within myself and feel good within myself for what I am doing. Like, I want to be strong, I want to lift heavier, I want to be powerful, I don't want to feel weak, I don't want to lack energy, I don't want to just desire abs because they looked good. Fitness is not an aesthetic goal, okay? There is so much more to fitness than trying to look good, and for so many years that boggled my mind. Whenever I thought like someone said that, I would always just think to myself, oh, they're just lazy, they don't want to reach something and stuff like that. That's honestly what I thought. But now coming to think about it and going through my whole little journey, it's just, I can't believe I ever thought that. Like, to be fit, it really does not mean looking a certain way, and I really hope girls just learn that. It's just really hard to put that message out there to girls who are driven by these females, role models online, looking a certain way and them desiring to look like that. And I really don't want myself to be influencing people to do that either nowadays. I know I got a lot of messages also from other girls saying that they had to unfollow me at certain points during my fitness journey because they felt triggered that I was constantly talking about calories and wanting abs and looking a certain way, and I feel for them so much, and I can see what I was doing was completely wrong, even though it really wasn't wrong, because I was, you know, trying to make myself feel better, and I did feel better at that stage. But I just can't see myself going back to that stage anymore. I love food, I love fitness, I love exercising, You can do both, be happy and not have abs and still look amazing and feel amazing. And that's really just the message I want to preach. I'm the type of person, my characteristics are being dedicated and determined. So having abs for me was great because I felt like I achieved something and I like to achieve things. But honestly, when I was my leanest and at my leanest stage, I was constantly critiquing myself. And now, the way I am now, I don't go past the mirror and critique myself no longer. I look at myself and think, wow, I look great and I feel happy as well. I'm full of energy, I'm full of life. And I think that can be portrayed within my videos as well. It makes me so happy when people comment that nowadays, because I can see through YouTube even how much I've developed as a person, in my fitness, in my health. So it really makes me happy when people notice that also. I got so many questions from younger girls as well saying how I got my period back. So when I lost it, I got it back after I gained weight. Then when I wanted to do the whole abs thing and extreme fitness, I lost it again. And that probably lasted for 2 to 3 years. But up until recently, actually at the end of December, I got it back. And that might come a bit of a shock to some people, because I'll post this certain picture up on my Instagram where I've basically just lied to my audience that I was having my period and I was still healthy the way that I was looking. And I looked at that photo the other day and I thought, Leila, why did you do that? Why did you lie? Why did you make people believe that you were healthy, looking like that and functioning, your body was functioning in the way it should? And I apologise if, you know, you thought that as well, because rightly so. And I just feel so bad looking back on that photo and thinking, if I'm doing it, think of all the others that are doing it as well. And I don't lie, I really don't lie. I'm really quite an honest person and I'm quite open, and I never want to give bad vibes to people. That was literally the only time I did that, because I wanted people to think that I was healthy, to think that I was doing well, and that's all that I ever wanted. And the moment I realised I wasn't doing well, by numerous of people telling me, my boyfriend, my mum, my dad, my family members, friends, people on Instagram, it sort of clicked in my head, and I thought to myself, I really need to change my thoughts and actions. And then from that moment on, I kind of clicked out of this whole mindset of reaching aesthetic goals and just living, just honestly living. But yeah, you'll notice that I'm a bit of a rambler because my head's honestly everywhere. There's so many thoughts and opinions on this topic, so I don't want to come across like I'm a crazy person. But how I got my period back, and tips for you guys that have asked me the question, because there are so many girls that suffer from amenorrhea. I got a bunch of questions on how I got my period back. Literally all I did was eat to fuel my body. Between 2020 and 2021, I haven't really changed up my exercise. That has stayed the same. What has changed is my eating habits and just eating more. I feared over eating 2,000 calories, and I think a lot of girls fear that as well, so hopefully this is relatable for some of you. I feared that so much, and nowadays I eat above that, which is amazing, because in my mind that is mentally challenging. And sometimes I look back and actually think, how was I eating like less than 1,700 calories, which by the way, everyone should be eating different amounts, and I'm not using this to tell you guys what to eat or how much you should eat, because you should not compare yourself to everyone. Everyone requires a different amount of calories and macros to live their life. But certainly a girl, and especially girls that are growing, should be eating over 2,000 calories, and I know that for a fact. I'm not talking about now people wanting to lose weight or people wanting to reach a certain goal. Good for you, love, alright? But this video is more about my health and caring for that. So if you're looking for aesthetic goals, you can look at my How to See Progress playlist, because I'm going to keep those videos up. They did give the facts, and the facts are out there. I knew my facts and I knew how to reach a certain goal. However, that's not me anymore, and I don't want to be that person to tell you how to lose weight. I want to be that person to tell you how to be healthy and happy and just live your lifestyle like that. I know a lot of you guys also wanted me to let you know on my current training regime and my workout schedule, my calories, etc, etc. So I thought I'd give a brief outline. In terms of calories, I don't want to trigger anyone, and I don't want really to talk about calories. I just want you guys to know that I'm eating enough and I'm fueling my body so that it's functioning, and that's all you really need to know. It's nobody's business to know how much calories you are eating, as long as your body is eating enough to be in a healthy state. That's it. In terms of my workout schedule, I'm more than happy to share this. Like I mentioned, I'm exercising the way I usually. I don't really change it up. The only thing that I change up is my weights, and I track my weights accordingly so that I'm able to progressively overload. And the benefit also of gaining weight is that you're able to see more muscle mass, just because of how the muscle building process works. You can't really build muscle in a calorie deficit. You've got to be really in a calorie surplus to see a significant amount of results. It doesn't have to be a massive calorie surplus, but it does have to be some sort of surplus so that your body is able to adapt. But I'm doing 5 workouts a week, 2 upper body days, 2 lower body days, 1 full body day, and 10 to 15/20k steps. My job is very active, so it's really easy for me to rack up those steps, but I am not compensating for those within my calories. I'm eating enough for my training and my health. So I thought I'd pop that into the video also, because I know I get a lot of questions on what my workout is like and what my current goal is. So I've actually written down on a piece of paper some benefits of gaining weight, and I'm not talking about gaining weight and going overboard, because being overweight or being underweight, they're both as unhealthy as each other. And if you're uncontrollably eating or under eating, they're equally unhealthy. So I'm not promoting either ends. I'm more so promoting just eating to fuel your body and feeling happy. But the benefits of gaining weight and what I've experienced also, I've outlined here. So I feel less tired, obviously. Even in my workplace, I think a lot of my colleagues notice it as well. I'm a bit more perkier and able to do more work because I'm less physically drained. I feel more warmer. This is a big thing, guys, because even now I still find myself being quite cold, but unusually cold, because especially when I was at my thinnest, I was shivering even in the heat because I just had no fat on me. I had no fat, and fat is insulation. You need fat to be insulated. And I really struggled with that for such a long time. I got better skin. My skin is so much more glowy now and healthier, smooth, less dry, and just glowing, you know. I feel glowy, I feel happy. Also, on the topic of my skin, my nails and hair are also flourishing. So much better so than in comparison to when I was much thinner. My hair was a lot dry and I had a lot of split ends. My hair was falling out a lot. My boyfriend will tell you this, because whenever I entered his car, like a big pile of my hair would be falling out all around his car and in his room. So yeah, that was a big thing for me. And now my hair is so much better and healthier because of the food that I'm giving my body. So I'm also bruising less, which is such a big thing for me. I don't know if I'll be able to find the particular story I put on my Instagram, and I made a little joke and said like, ooh, the bruising from the deadlifts, they look cool on my legs, or something like that, when I was on holiday, when really it was just really unhealthy for me to be bruising that much on my legs. Like, I bruised quite a lot, and I don't bruise as much easily today, but I remember my boyfriend would poke me and I would get a bruise because my body just wasn't functioning properly, and I had a weakened immune system. I was prone to getting unwell, and especially when I went on holidays, in particular when I went to go Lebanon. My body's immune system wasn't really great, and for a period of time, whenever I do go out there, when I was in such a lean state, I would always face being sick and feeling so unwell and getting loads of sunstrokes when I was out there. It was really bad actually, because my mum and dad had to get like insurance for me, and I'm a family of 7. I've got 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters, and I was the only one with holiday insurance because I was just known for getting unwell when I went there, because of how thin I was. So another important factor, and probably a perky factor, I've got a bubble butt. Like, when you gain weight, you get a butt, and I would say that's a big positive, wouldn't you say? But most importantly, the most beneficial thing to gaining weight after a period of restriction, a period of, I would say, starvation and not giving your body what it needs. I've got my period back, my body functions properly, I am healthy, I am happy. All these words I'm putting on repeat because that is what defines your health, and I really hope that message comes across in today's video. So just a few more things that I wanted to touch on. I just want to let you guys know that your body is yours, and you might as well just embrace it, because you're going to live with your body throughout your whole life. And just think about it, it's done so much in your life already. Like, you've grown in such a beautiful way, and you're such a beautiful human. You don't need to change that for the world. And when I did gain weight, I must say I did feel uncomfortable, like putting on my clothes and comparing myself to when I was at such a lean state. But clothes can be rebought, guys, and you can rock the look that you're working with. So just to put this video on a close, I also want to say that you need to find yourself a supportive network. If you're following people on Instagram, like those girls that messaged me and said, you know, you're not giving me healthy vibes right now, go unfollow them. It only takes a click of a button to go unfollow them, and follow people that really work towards your ethic and makes you happy and makes you feel amazing. And I really hope I've changed for the better and make other people feel amazing, because I no longer want to make other people feel like they constantly have to be a skinny mini. And I don't want to use that word skinny mini because, I don't know, it's just, it feels toxic. But you guys know what I mean. Hopefully you guys know what I mean. So yeah, here's for 2021. Positive vibes, healthy vibes, happy vibes, thriving vibes, loving vibes. All the vibes under the sun. I want us to grow together. I want us to go on a journey together for self-love, self-acceptance, loving who we are. And you know, if you want to look a certain way and reach a certain goal, that is okay. You can go about that in a more healthy and sustainable way. But if you go about that way and lose your period along the way, or, you know, massively decrease your calories and be underweight, then just know that those aesthetic goals are not worth your health. And that's what I've learned throughout my whole period of my weight gain journey. So hopefully this video became of use to some of you and gave you some reassurance, or maybe just a wake-up message to say that you are enough and amazing the way you are. And yeah, I truly believe that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do hope you liked this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.